Since it's almost Halloween, here's something really spooky. Wait for it. Keep waiting. Ah! And we'll see if we can get Valtteri Bottas to be world champion eventually. Not today. Overtime in the stream. Let's turn the game on. Where is it? F1 manager. Boom. Ah! Halloween! Turn it off. It's Latifi. Oh gosh. Sorry, Latifi. Not very impressed with Mr. Latifi. So let's go to the auto, and we'll hopefully that. Let's see. Can you hear that? Let me know if you can hear that. And we'll just it's very fast to do a new career. So if you've not seen the game,
where the 20 best drivers in the world come together to take on some of the world's most historic circuits, and that legacy continues today.
Graphics are really good. Oh, it's video. Right.
From start to finish, and 2022 is set to be even better. New regulations will usher in an age of pioneering changes. New driving talent alongside returning.
Hey, he drives for us. The other thing, I'm sorry about the chair. It looks like it's like jittery. It's been a minute on blue screen and camera, and it's not perfect. But it's good enough, in my opinion. I just feel bad for Valtteri Bottas, okay? So this is what I'm saying. Valtteri Bottas, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, okay? Did the Williams thing, did the Mercedes thing. So we're gonna see if we can make a difference. Now, team rating not great. They want to be 5th. That's aggressive. Like, so if you start Williams, they want to be 9th, which really just means, like, even if you don't get any points, finish above Aston Martin all the time. Aston Martin expect to be 8th. Haas expect to be 6th. AlphaTauri 6th. Alpine 4th. McLaren 6th. First, 3rd. No one expects to be last, which is kind of hilarious. And so, again, this game is not perfect, but it is what it is. So we start with car performance 4th of 10, driver performance 6th of 10, staff 7th of 10, and headquarters 9 out of 10. Not great. I will look at spill reduction, old lady plays, on the chair. You're probably right. So we've got Kubica as our reserve driver, Zhou Guanyu, and Valtteri Bottas. Right. Never won the constructors and have had 2 drivers' championship wins. Alfa Romeo Sauber, which, if you're out of the loop, will be part of, or will be sponsored by Audi, I think in 2026. That's a long time, but they've already announced it. My name is not Team Principal. It's gonna be good old gray hair. Tab doesn't work. That's just a personal pet peeve. I should be able to tab to the next box, but it's just me. I don't need first time guidance. I will guide you, viewer, if this is your first time. I do think the graphics look good, to be fair. Now, when there's like crashes, are the graphics great? No. Like, the same parts fly off, whatever. It could do with improving. But I do think it goes to show, I know this is a completely different game, but I do think it goes to show the like the Atari 2D trees in the background of Football Manager is, come on. So one thing I learned as I played through this with Williams, just because I didn't want to be like sitting here like this on stream going like, hi, play this. So I kind of figured out some things, is new regulations come into effect in April, like April 18th. So a month and 11 days. So it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're playing with Williams and you want to just survive, try and get to 9th, and be good next season, you want to dump as much of your research and development time into next season's car, but you have to wait until the regulations are announced in mid-April. So it's kind of like, for everybody, you should put research and development time in the first month of the season into the current car. Like, go make it better. And then after that, kind of see where you're at, because obviously the board wants to be 5th or above. That is aggressive. So we might have to spend a little bit more development time on this year's car than next year's car. But it's like, ideally, you put just enough into this year's car, and then you spend all the time looking at next year and like beat everyone because of that. See you what? Hey, Alex, good to see you. Sorry, the first hour or 45 minutes was just a big ramble and catch up about my trip. So, I'm a little concerned about the 5th place, but let's take a look here. You got the old inbox. Welcome to the team. Thank you. Thank you. Calendar, we have a race in 2 weeks. It's going to be Bahrain. You can see all the tracks here, and it'll even show if you click in on it, like it's going to be 57 laps. Here's the map. So you're seeing lots of, wait for it, sections by speed. There it is. Lots of straights, but also some curvy bits. So they're saying you should want acceleration, low and medium speed, cornering. So focus on your aerodynamics. If you can do anything in the next 8 days or whatever, maybe 10 days, because practice is on a Friday, to enhance your low medium speed corners and your acceleration, then you'll be doing all right. It even tells you if there's been safety cars before. Honestly, I think one of the things I was most disappointed about playing through it with a little bit, I only did like 7 races with Williams, is like there's been a lot of cars exploding on the grid. Okay, engine failures, things breaking or whatever. In reality, that's not really reflected here. And the worst thing I would say, playing as a team at the bottom, like with Williams, lapped cars do not unlap themselves in the game. So the whole like, hey, let's slap a set of hards on and just go, doesn't work. Because if you get a safety car, you're like, yes, safety car. You slot right back in and you're lapped. Even though you get a short pit stop, it doesn't save you at all. So in some instances, it makes it, I think, unplayable, especially like Williams or Aston Martin. It's like, just survive until the next season and maybe not be lapped all the time. So that's why I thought, let's do Alfa Romeo, because I thought lots of people will do Red Bull and Mercedes and whoever, but Valtteri Bottas. And it even has like what the expected strategies are. Okay, so there you go. All right. Race. Okay, qualifying targets. If we reach Q2, we'll get paid a reward. You can also guarantee that, like for like risk reward. Hey, I guarantee we'll reach Q2. I'm not going to do any guarantees. I don't know how good we are. I don't know how good our drivers are. If you get fastest lap, we get a reward. And if we qualify 12th or better 4 races in a row, we'll get $893,000, which is not bad. Let's go look at the car. Okay, if we want to be, who are we competing with realistically? Probably early season, we're competing with like okay, say 1, 2, 3 teams. Alpine maybe. So let's take a look. They have got better high speed and better acceleration, but we've got lots of things in our favor in comparison to Alpine. How about Haas? Same thing. How about AlphaTauri? Same thing. We are better. We have a better car than all of those teams. That doesn't mean we'll be better. We've even got a better car than McLaren. Hello. Hello, then, is what I say to that, my friends. Let's look at our drivers. 87 on Valtteri Bottas. He is on a 1-year deal. Ooh, 18.5 million. Not bad. Zhou Guan Yu is on he's got 10 months left. He's making 550. So he's quite affordable, but his obviously performance is a 79, but he's better than Latifi, I will tell you that. We have 16 million in the bank, 17 million in the bank. Okay, but you're going to make money. You can see this is our current balance and projected balance, and you're expected to make money throughout the season, which is great. So let's go right in. And let's see what we can do to develop the car. We can't do any research again until the regulations for next season. So that research tab is for next year. That's where you want to spend as much time as possible. Let's see if we can design. Okay, how quickly could we get a front wing? Because that's going to give us low and medium speed or Yeah, that's more rear wings, more top speed and acceleration. So underfloor is usually pretty good as well. That's kind of everything, but I don't think that's going to be fast. Let's go see. And you can choose how much MAU, mega allocation unit hours remaining, and it's broken up into chunks. So like this isn't for the whole season. This is just in this period until 56 days has gone by. So like if we go below all like both the MAU hours and the wind tunnel hours, we can't spend any extra time in the wind tunnel until 56 days is up. But it also means you need to make sure you use this up before 56 days. Are there any US drivers in F1 these days? No, there is not. There's been talk about, oh, I am quite invisible. Hello. That's interesting. Okay. So if we did an underfloor, right, you see drag reduction, low speed, but if we start, let's say we wanted to spend half of our allocation on this. I'm not saying we would. It's like if we invested heavily here at the beginning, that would take it to 50 cents. Like, is this really good? I don't know. It looks better, but how much better, right? Versus if you don't include the extra time. It's like incremental. Like, just designing a new one is going to get you almost 4% drag reduction. Hello, Greg. And that's going to be better. So I'm not saying we're going to do that, but you have to kind of like figure out what you want to do. It's the same thing. Like we invested a lot of time here. Just to be aggressive. You know, all right. Useful, get brake cooling. Okay, okay. But let's just take a look. How long would this take? If we put 5 engineers on it, it's going to take 36 days. So again, you got 56 days until the next window, right? So it's like, it would take us 36 days to design a new front wing. Now we could do a rushed approach and take 24 days. That would be better. That's before the new regulations. So we could do that. Our engineers won't learn as much, and it costs more money, but it gets it done faster. So that might be worth it, because March 31st versus April 12th. So let me go back and show you. Yes, yes, cancel, cancel, cancel. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Calendar. We're looking at like here versus, and there's not a race, but there's a race here. So if we do the 12th, we've lost a race. Is that worth it? Sure. But I think I'm going to do under 4, because that kind of gives us lots of stuff. Let's see if that takes longer. And again, I know this is aggressive, but like we're just here to have fun and do it quick. So do it quick. We haven't even clicked continue yet, but I know I'm chunking out large parts of this, but I'm trying to use up our time before the next window. Design focus. We'll just leave it balanced. Okay. Okay. If we only have 6. We can only do 6 engineers. Aw. Ooh, 36 days puts it on the 12th. That's not as good. I mean, it's good, but I think I might want the wing first. What are the chassis? Nah. No, that's a crazy amount of time to use, but just like maximize. Let's go. All this stuff looks like old FM Manager, but some buttons. Does that really make it worth it? Let's look. Might not actually be worth it to invest that much. It does help, though. Sure, let's burn it. Let's burn it down! Let's go. We're going to slap 5 engineers on it and have it done on the... That's worth it. On the 31st. It's going to cost us $1 million. Let's go. Now, we have 4 total chassis. We have 6 total front wings. We're designing a new one. 6 rear wings, side pod. We don't really need to manufacture anything. But wait a minute. Why do we only have 1 suspension? All designs, total quantity 5. We only have 1 of the updated. We already have an updated suspension. Wait. What? Okay, so we do need to build... Let's build 3 of those in case we crash the car. Okay, we've one. If we have three, we'd have four. So each car would have a spare. It's not, I don't think that urgent, but 4 days, 8 days. March 7th is the Grand Prix. We're not going to make it either way, even if we do rushed. We do emergency, we could, but it's going to be crazy expensive. So we'll just live with only having one good wing. Hey, Mike. Good to see you. All right. So now we've got that rolling. Let's take a look at our facilities. Car development. This is where, if you can afford it, you want to, like, go for it. But it depends. It gives you different things, right? So this is very Motorsport Manager-esque, if you ask me. Engine cooling, brake cooling, and the condition goes down. And if you build a new one, the condition goes back up. So in some instances, it might be better to not spend the money until it starts to go down a little bit. But we have no team hub. Oh, that's not good. Okay. We only have a weather... Oh, we have nothing. Williams has a lot of stuff in comparison. Interesting. Rates, confidence gain 5%. Team attractiveness. What makes us money? I know team attractiveness. Memorabilia room. Morale. Tour center. Weekly income. Let's do a tour center to start making some money. It only takes 10 days. 10 days! What are you talking about? Get it done. Spend the money. I think we'll leave that stuff well alone. Go back to the old inbox. All right, let's go. Because I joined the team so late, the previous director had a suspension bill. Thank you, Greg. All right, car development key staff. Okay, sponsor obligations. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, we want to improve. $10,000 in this context is nothing. Let's improve driver and staff morale. That seems like a good idea for a kickoff party. And then that reminds me, let's go take a look. We have a really terrible, I mean, in comparison, race engineer and, honestly, technical chief. So let's scout some, I'm going to scout a new technical chief that has a rating of greater than 70. 78 seems quite good. So we're going to do detailed scouting. We have one scout left, so we're going to go look for a race engineer. I think this means they're all on teams, yes, or that level. Yeah, probably already at that level. Oh, we don't have a whole lot of options here. But we'll start, I mean, who could we be poaching from? This is Red Bull, McLaren, AlphaTauri, maybe? Let's just do a little standard scouting on him. I'm not worried about looking for drivers right now. I'm very tempted to extend Valtteri Bottas. We built our tour center. Get in. Look at that. Testing results. High speed is not so great, apparently. Big red number there, I guess. High speed and acceleration. So we need to... Ooh, ninth. Ooh. How are we... Oh, car 1 performance. 11th. I'm like, there's only 10 cars on the grid. Or teams, right? But I guess different parts on different cars. Boardroom equals race confidence. Feels like someone in management ordered that feature. We're 7th in low speed and medium speed corner, so we're working on developing a wing for that. That would be good. And the high speed. So maybe we need to do a rear wing. That's crazy. Extra 13 grand a week. Now monthly upkeep is 10 grand. So did we just make 3 grand? Did I just get bamboozled? Oh, monthly upkeep. Okay, so we make, what is that? 52? 52 a month, and then we spend 10, so 42? Okay, okay. Right. Team attractiveness. Team attractiveness. Memorabilia. I like morale. Seems like a good one. Yeah, there it is. Kate. I do want to spend more money on the car. So like let's just see here. All right, we have an hour-ish until the race. Important email. Yes. Okay, so it gives you all kinds of tips on like this is what they think. Let's go to the race week. I'm gonna let this play so we get to all experience this together.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a
See how those fans look like not cardboard cutouts? And they're like moving?
Either way, it's time for another
They actually look three-dimensional. I'm not saying it's not first-person shooter level, but like hey Gecko, thanks for stopping by. Greg really wants a helipad. You want the helipad.
We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell.
I think that's pretty snazzy. It does get a little repetitive, and Karun, who does commentary for F1, really sounds like he hates his life. Like, that dude is not a voice actor. That is a retired race driver. He's just not interested, to be honest with you. One thing I have noticed, okay, you do have the option. Let me just show you this. Okay, so circuit info, blah, blah, blah. We're expecting a two-stopper, okay? What was I going to say? You can simulate practice and qualifying. Don't do that. Don't do that. The AI is not, or the computer doing it for you is not very good. No, I'm not. Yes, fair play. I'd rather the looks look worse, and some of the basic things work. True, but it also goes to show if the basic things are mostly unchanged for 20 years in a game, it doesn't seem like it's that big of an ass to have graphics that look like they're not from 2004. A little bit of both. So you can do your setup here, okay? There are turns, and each driver's ranges here is going to be different. So this is where I should have been paying attention, but I wasn't. There's lots of straights, so I'm feeling like less rear wing, honestly. But that's going to give us I don't know what I'm doing. It really almost like doesn't matter because you're going to send him out whatever 22 laps on some soft tires, and he's going to go get familiar with the track, and he's going to come back, and it takes a while to get the driver's preference down. He wants a little bit more. That's interesting. He likes the braking stability, eh? And then their confidence, it takes many laps to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of confidence, where actually this setup confidence will give you a percentage, and then those bars shrink and you have to make adjustments again. It's a little, I wish there was like a balance between having to do it manually and the AI being terrible at it. But I guess that's why it's a game. All right, because you can simulate all the way to qualifying. Don't ever do that. Don't. If you play this game for the first time, my opinion, don't ever do that. It can be as low as 16 laps if the driver and engineer a good relationship. Did not know that. Let's see, yeah, I mean, that looks good. But again, fair play. If one thing looks good and then the other thing is terrible, the actual gameplay, fair play. You just go like, this looks like that. That looks like an F1 broadcast. Again, not perfectly, but in game format. Here's that setup confidence. The other thing I would say is, and maybe this is just user error, maybe it is. It's like, oh, if I go to the camera, it goes away. I'm always going back and forth like this, but like this doesn't shrink. So again, if you're Williams at the bottom, like I was always going over here to get to be able to see the bottom of the standings. Chris, you think the game's too easy? Have you played with Williams? I find it not to be easy, but the good thing is I do like this, and the different camera angles. Like I think this is snazzy. Again, it's a little like jittery because it's not an actual person driving. Fair. But I do think the graphics are crazy good. But then once you go up to 4x speed, right? So we're just gonna wait for our set of confidence to come in, and I'm realizing I'm streaming and I don't know if we're gonna get to a race. So they use the excuse that they want FNB able to play on any piece out there, but with the game's popularity growth in the last few years, you would think they'd be able to put in better graphics. Alex, yeah, I talked about that. I don't know if you jumped in afterwards, but it's like there's a thing called graphics quality sliders. Like, right? I can come up. Let's go to the settings here. You could choose. You could have like, I have a crap PC, and it's not to like make fun of anybody who has a crap PC, right? I have a nice PC because I have a nice PC and because I use it for creating content. But it's like there's still 2D in the game that you could have. You could provide textures like a 4K texture pack as a $5 DLC if you wanted to. It just seems weird to me to be like, well, we don't want to alienate our fans that have had the game since 2008, and it's like, well,
Sounds like we've had a spin.
so again, this will talk about like, yeah, this is okay.
Watch of this. Looks like Ocon. They lose it there. That's the spin.
He was like going super slow, and there's the back end came out. It's like, yeah, that could use some work.
And the team had such high hopes today. What a shame.
What a shame. Such high hopes to spin during practice. It's apparently totally ruined the weekend, which is an interesting thing to think. Come on. Come on. And when you get, I do like that when you it's when you get an update, it slows you down. It's pretty good to me. What's that mean though? He's a 75. All right. So now we're gonna call him in. We can leave him out because his familiarity goes up. It goes up really slow in the beginning, but the longer out on track it goes up further. But I want to get that setup dialed in. So we're gonna call him in. And we're going to wait for Valtteri Bottas to his radio to stop us.
Keep us updated.
68% feels pretty good. I'm just where I'm from, 68% is not pretty good. Like that seems quite poor, honestly. Joe already came in and I missed that. Whoops. So let's reconfigure. So you can see here, see how the bars shrink. That's lovely. Good on the straights, good on braking stability, but my guess is they want it more that way. And this is where my ignorance shows, because I don't know how to get that way. Can't add more. I do wish it would like. I find myself, unless I'm just crazy, I have to have like a notepad to write down what all the like settings were, because like you can always revert to the highest setting, right? Like, but if you've had one where it's like you got one of these to optimal, but then it wasn't part of the highest confidence setting, it's like, oh, I can't remember what the optimal was, which I just personally find very annoying. I can move that there. See you, Chris. Let's try that as a, again, maybe we can get that braking stability where we want it. I'm gonna send him back out. on those tires, which I'm going to do 24 laps. Didn't take 24 laps last time, though. Just do another 22. Can't remember which car has the wing on it. Whoops. But Bottas currently in 7th in free practice. We'll take it. He's coming around. We'll just wait for him to come in. Dun, 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 dun. Again, 68% doesn't seem... Okay, cornering, optimal, right? But it's like everything else is terrible. How do I get that braking stability anywhere good? I mean... That doesn't seem like enough braking stability. So we'll go aggressive on the other part and just see what happens. Wait for the reconfiguring to happen, which takes like 4 minutes. Which is realistic. They're turning wrenches, right? I wish it would pause when this happened, personally. Because if you don't catch it, you just, like, you're on 16x speed here, and it just melts away time. So we're going to send both of them out. And this is all about, let's just get to the end of the session. Looks like we have just about enough tire to get to the end of the session, and hopefully by then we'll know where we stand.
I think we've had a car run wide.
He ran wide. Mick ran wide.
Right, watch this. There's Schumacher. They're way off the racing line there.
That's the other thing. Maybe they're planning. I find they use a lot of they pronouns. I haven't looked too deep. Maybe they're planning on there being a W series in this, or women F1 drivers, which would be really cool to see. But it's also like, I'm going like, they're not currently in the game. Like, why couldn't they, like, would it have been that much more to have David Crofty say, and Joe's run wide, or Gasly's run wide, right? Like, have him just rattle off all the names, you know? Like, it just seems really weird to be like, there's a certain number of drivers in the game, whether they're male or female. Have the people doing the commentary say the actual name. It just seems very lazy to be like, just say they ran wide. I'm like, you could say he. I don't know. Bottas up in 5th? Go on then. And then you could change up here. I kind of like this. You can see what tires everyone's currently running. You can, I think, go look to see what the lap times were like up here. I don't think you can look at like what tires they were on, which is also, I think, kind of a miss, because you kind of can't tell, hey, you know, is Bottas in 5th right now because, you know, Verstappen has been running hards the entire session, or not? But that's just me. How do we do it on our confidence? 75. Up 2%. It's not good. But we want him to learn the track, and it would take 4 minutes to make any significant changes anyway, so we're just going to see the session out with both of these guys. 83%, much better. Car feels great. Cheers. I'm going to go lay in a river with no pants on. I do wish here I could like simulate to the end of the session. That would be nice. I mean, 16x is fine, but it's like I made the changes I want to make. Yes, tires. Are we boxing with 20 seconds left? Yes, it's fine.
Suddenly having loss of grip. Copy.
5th and 12th, not bad for our first session. And you also get performance bonuses based on how familiar they are with the new car parts and the track and the setup. So like, key thing is don't change setup at the end of FP3 because you lose confidence. At least I think you do going into quali. 83%, that's much better. How do I get more braking stability? I mean, less braking stability is what I meant. It could just be that, like, you know, there's only so much you can do in the car. Or with the car. That's like a little fuzzy change. Let's try a little bit more fuzzy change. Let's just see how he likes it. Okay, we're only going to use one set of mediums. I'm going to use softs first to get us like dialed in, hopefully to a setup we like. And then we'll switch to mediums and do a long run and see how we do. So we were at 73%, we're now at 75%. Now the straights are terrible. Okay. And traction is terrible. It's getting better. Traction. How do I get that back to optimal? Traction is either this side or that side, so let's try that. Maybe. Maybe that'll be it. Go. Go. Go.
Ready to check.
Do. I will take a look at the chat here in a second. I want to get this dialed in first. We got 40 or so minutes. Forgot to see what's on the car. Whoops.
Someone spun out.
Yeah. Still in 5th. Joe in 10th. Okay, 6th and 10th now.
We've just had a spin.
Just had a spin. 6th and 12th. Bottas stuck behind Albon. Like, bro. That's another thing I think that could be improved on this is like getting out of the way. Like if you like drivers do a pretty decent job with getting out of the way. Still gonna bring him in. 79% is not quite where we want to be. On like qualifying laps and if you're on an out lap or something like that. Ooh, it's worse. Interesting. This is what I'm talking about. I wish I could see. It's not like they don't delete the data of the teams, right? Like the FIA doesn't go like, yeah, you can't remember anything of the last setup. You can't even write it down. It's like, I just think that's a tad aggressive, if you ask me. Keep messing this up. How do we get... Can go 33 laps? Well, let's do 33 laps. Johan! Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Obviously, if you can't stick around, it'll be back on, you know, it'll process and become a video on the channel. I am going to do that. I'm going to take notes. This is crazy. We go up here. Say 3.0, great. 11.5, good. 6-to-4 ratio, good. Camber, negative 350, great. Toe, 0, great. Okay, if I go back to this, what did we have? We had 0.1 less camber. That's it. Or point, yeah. Wow, that's it. And that's worse. So does that mean we need to do this? Let's give it a shot. Slap some mediums on there for 33 laps. Go, go, go. Well, thank you, sir. Is it Jonal? Yonal. Johan. Yeah, we're tweaking setups of things we don't really understand. We're sending our drivers out. This is what it looks like, in case you've not seen the game. Quite snazzy, if you ask me. So this will get us really close to really knowing the track, which will give us a bonus. The W Series exists next year, plus it's slightly crazy the 3-time champ can't get an F2 drive and has to go to Indy Lights. Hopefully she does well there. Did not know that happened. Isn't F2 primarily, F2 and F3 primarily, like, you pay your way? Like, you have to have the sponsors, which then is an indication of the unfortunateness of motorsport. I do want to show you all, if somebody happens to go to a wall or something like that, I'll show you again, the animation needs a little work. But I say the base graphics, quite good. Ooh, I don't know if we're going to get... Oh, we're not going to get, I think, the full complement of setup confidence. 8 minutes left. Oh, definitely not for Valtteri. He'll have to go out in FP3 on the same setup until we get it. It'll be a short run. Probably same tires. No, they take the tires away from you, actually.
Someone's run wide.
88%. There you go. There you go, lad. Yes, lad for Zhou Guanyu.
Keep us updated.
86%? Okay. We're getting in the ballpark where I stop worrying. Just... And I do like that they've got the actual engineer voices. I think that's cool. So I think the pros of this game is like real drivers, real liveries, real cars, right? Like when you think about Motorsport Manager, it's like the cartoon faces kind of takes the immersion away a little bit. But then you go also, okay, how much replayability do you have with this? Like how many seasons in the future can you go with the F2 and F3 drivers coming through? Or they're like, does it just start randomly making up people in the future? I don't know. I've not played that far into the future. 11th. Yoicks. That's not very good. But when you think they want us to be 5th team, it's borderline. Okay, so 86 and 88%. That's pretty good. Yes, me. Yeah, we're going to skip that. Yeah, day of free practice qualifying is happening. Do I even mess with it? Okay, they take away the mediums. Okay, if we're doing maybe 2 runs in Q3 and Q2, I'm like, we might just be doing a set of hards here for setup purposes. Because we're not going to use 2 sets of hards in the race. So it's like, slap a set of hards on, just use them for whatever. They can only go 39 laps. We'll do some heavy fuel runs, 39 laps. See if we like that any better. Who knows? And then car parts. Let's take a look. How about... Ooh, I didn't realize that. Let's give him the new suspension. You're a #1 driver. What are you doing? 88%. Oh, that's pretty good, though. That's like very minor adjustments. And then you're going to lose all the... Let's do 1/2 degree bump on the front wing. Same thing. It's a nice long 39 laps. Get him completely familiar with the track if we can. And then we'll know either go back on those setups or keep the new setup, and we'll just stick with it.
Radio check. Radio check.
Radio check.
Off you go. Just let me practice. Get out of my way. Slap the hards on. That's what we did. Good sir. So again, he'll know the track here shortly, but then it's getting familiar with the parts. And Bottas is getting more familiar with parts. He's not going to get up there, though. That's because we just decided to change the suspension into FP3. You know, as you do. We're sandbagging. We're going to be bottom of the timing table because we slapped some hards on an FP3. Just like everyone expected.
Oh, there's a spin.
Let's see how good this spin is.
Let's see what happens
Alex Albon.
Now watch this. Here's the moment involving Albon.
At least,
Spun the car. What an
at least he was going more than 6 miles an hour. That monotone white noise the car's going by. Magic. Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm excited about the setup. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Be in the 90s. Be in the 90s. Because if it's not, then we got to bring you in. You already know the track, so we can make as many adjustments as we need, I guess, with these guys. I guess I just want Valtteri to get more familiar with the car parts than Joe. How's the car feeling? 94%. Lovely doubly. We'll take it. Just stay out there, man. He's at 89%. I missed that message. That's all right. Don't want to make a change. No, I don't think there's enough time. I'd rather he get familiar with the car parts. So we'll just hang out. We're just going to hang out until the end of practice. Qualify. I don't know if we'll have time to do the race, but we'll try. We got 45 minutes, or 50 minutes from this moment in time to the Mexican Grand Prix starts. I do appreciate everybody hanging out. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. Good time. It's good to be back. It's good to be back with low pressure, I guess is what it feels like. And again, if you missed the first 45 minutes, it was mostly just catching up and me sharing some photos. Photos of my trip. I didn't finish articulating my sentence. He'll be at what? 75%? Maybe 80% by the end in terms of car part knowledge. Joe will be like 85, 90%. It's going to be my estimates here. Bottom of the timing tables. Let's look at the tires everyone's using. Gasly on hards is... Okay, that doesn't mean he was on hards at that for his lap, to be fair.
sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Starting to lose grip. Maybe the pressure is getting too high.
I wish I could get rid of this. I want to see our times here.
Would it make sense?
Last lap. 139. Ooh. 2 seconds faster on Gasly. Now he might be pushing. My tires are older. You guys can hang out. We'll put it on conserve. How about that? Please don't crash the car.
Need to get these tires to last. Copy.
Greg, if you've played this, or anybody who's played this, do you recommend swapping the engine for the race, or qualifying? Because the engine and all the parts wear down. That's what I've been doing as part of my allocation, is like having a practice set of equipment. Is that a good idea? Is that not worth it? I don't know. 76 and 85%. We were close. I think I said 75 and 85. I think I was nailed it, actually. Not close. Nailed it. Didn't crash on our poor tires. Sandbagging at the bottom. Fastest laps. Okay, if you look at, okay, Yuki, 1.5. Ooh, the hards are not going to be 2.2 seconds slower, but we also had full fuel. Run low engine in practice and swap for fresher engine for quality in race. Got it. We're saying performance bonus. This shows you. So his control goes up to 88 because of the bonuses achieved from these three things, okay? This is how you play the game. All right. And the sponsors will give us money if we reach Q2. I don't think we're going to get fastest lap. And if we qualify 12th or better 4 races in a row. So let's go start qualify. Wait, can I change? Whew. Almost forgot to change the car parts. Engine, 93%. Let's go. for a 100% engine. And a fresh ERS. And a fresh gearbox. Installing car 2. Okay. Fresh parts, lovely doubly. Yeah, dynamics. Yeah.
Radio check, Valtteri.
Now this is different because when I was with Williams, I was just sending people out. But you can look at, to kind of give some insights here, is estimates of what's going to happen with the track in terms of gripping up. Now this doesn't look like anything right now, but pretty crazy. It's going to cool off significantly. Like that seems aggressive. Goes from 30 degrees. Oh, that's percentage of rain. I thought that was temperature. It's like from 30 degrees Celsius to 5. ERS I don't mess with for Silver 6, we only get 2. Well, I figured I always use the fresh one, but valid point. And this is going to be lowest number of people on track down to here. So I have been trying to get my Williams guys out with nobody on track. I can get the idea that if there's a slipstream at the end, that could be useful. And this is the point of the most rubber on the track. But I think we're going to send them out now because it's still going to be low for a while. We're going to send Joe out first. See if we can get a very, very, very small tow. Oh! I didn't look at what we sent them out on. Surely it's just got them on quality runs, yeah? Because you could change the amount of fuel, but like... Okay, he's out of the pit lane. Oh, it doesn't show his tires. Softs. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Mild panic. So let's watch from Bottas. Is he behind? Yep. Bottas's view of a lap of qualifying here in Bahrain. Yeah, climate change is getting crazy. I was like, wait, oh, that's moisture, not temperature. My bad. And then it's like, the sun will be out. I guess I just mean the clouds are going to be gone. Like, it's going to be clear. It's not sunny, it's night. I don't do anything with the automatic or the manual mode. I'm guessing you can, like, tell them to conserve and aggressively drive their tires to get them to a certain window. But, like, from a management game, I'm not messing with that. Like, that seems like too much work, to be honest with you. This game already takes we're at the first qualifying we've been playing for, what, 45 minutes? And that's with me knowing what I'm doing and moving fast and trying to explain a couple things. It already takes long enough. So I think he's far enough back, he might get a very, very slight punch of the air by Joe down these straights. Johan, we'll see you later. Thanks. He's warming up his tires. I think that's what... Is that what you mean? The weaving? It's to try and get temperature in the tires, is my understanding. Is your driver drunk? Well, he's a Finn. Alright, down the main straight. Here we go. DRS open. Does it have a speed? I did. Looking at the wrong guy. Oh, traffic. Who is that? Who is it? Who is it? Sonoda's in the way. Oh, his lap is ruined. Ruined. But he still gets a purple on Joe, so it must not have been that bad. I thought it was real bad. 230, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 304 kilometers per hour before aggressively turning in. Could use a little smoothness, to be fair. Yes, F32, you generally need to bring money. The W Series awards prize money, but it'll seem not enough to get her in a decent seat. Indy Lights is far cheaper for drivers. So maybe she gets attention in Indy Lights, and that gets her the sponsors, yeah? This is one thing. Okay, I thought about doing a video about this, but I'm not trying to turn it into a full motorsport channel. So you get World Endurance Championship, yeah? You got the Iron Dames, which is, I believe, the only all-women car in motorsport. Like, especially in multi-class driving, where you use more than one driver. They do not sell any merch. I would buy merch to support that. I have a little girl. I'd buy her some merch. It'd be like, I know WEC teams have to like try and make money and they're relying on sponsors and whatever, but it's like, I think you could sell enough merch to hire a person to make you some merch and sell it and like juggle the logistics of shipping. That seems crazy to me. That like, you could do Teespring like I have in the past, right? Like, I don't know. That just seems odd to me that it's like you have a competitive advantage from a marketing standpoint that other people do not have. You have the all-women team with like many crew members being women. Like, that's why they're called the Iron Dames. How do you not sell merch for that? I don't get it. I'm befuddled. It's not great that oh, that's Alonso. I thought that was Albon. Oh. All right, well, I guess we could just expedite this. Because we're going to bring them in. This is something I tend to forget to do. Go ahead and bring both of them in. You can go ahead and reconfigure. I don't think there's like errors in tires or something like that. Oh, it's locked until the race. Oh. I don't think we're going to make Q3 anyway. So you can go ahead. My screen looks strange sometimes. Windows 11. Not loving it, to be honest with you. Why does it looks clear on the broadcast, but not so clear on my screen? But anyway. Run plan. Yep. We're good. Tires. Yep. We're not sending them out. We're just reconfiguring. We're slapping some good tires on. So that if we so choose, as everyone goes around here, right, you can see, what is that? The track condition is going to get just a fuzz better here at the end. You see the angle is very, very light, but it's going to also be, that's what's confusing. I thought you'd think it would rubber up, not down. Very low grip. Track grip is normal right now. So if it just took us, okay, we're sitting on what? It took a minute 55. Okay, minute 55. Wait, that's the last lap. What's our qualifying lap? 132 and a 132. So minute and a half. Okay, plus time the pits. Call it minute 45. So if you're trying to time this, you're like, hey, I want to be on track where there's not going to be many. I might send Joe out here and then have Bottas where he's going to be in traffic. But, like, you want him towards the end. So it's like you kind of have to time this from a clock standpoint. Okay, this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14. Okay, 15, 14. We sent him at 13. So in a minute and a half, we'll send Joe out. So hopefully he nails it. Let's see. And stop. Nice big opening. Joe is going out. And we'll wait and send Bottas out with everybody else. Bottas currently 5th. That's lovely. Look at that. 5th place. Go on, son. Okay, and then I just got to keep an eye on this. Okay, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, it takes them, let's say again, with trundling down the pit lane, minute 45. So 2 minutes, you go out, right? With everyone else, probably. he is. Zhou in 9th. Not a bad showing thus far. Warming his tires up. Woo, woo, a little herky-jerky. Lipstick on a pig. Yep. Yeah, I'd say, I don't know if I call it a full pig. What's the thing? The pig is the bad thing. What's the opposite? Off he goes, and I'm keeping an eye on the clock here. We can't forget about good old Valtteri Bottas. What is this? Did Mick crash? Or has he got a penalty? No idea. Okay, 50 seconds left until we're sending Valtteri Bottas. You have to say it that way, by the way. If you're going to watch my channel, you have to say Valtteri Bottas. Everyone together. 3, 2, 1. Valtteri Bottas. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background. She's fierce for about 2 minutes a day, and then she sleeps the other 24 hours. 1:55 left to be safe. I was going to do 2 minutes. There we go. He's going to be the last one out. It might be pushing it. I didn't realize everyone else had already left. Whoops. Oh, mix on the bubble. Is that what that means? Okay, he's not doing any purples, but he's improved on his previous time. Zhou with a clear track in front of him coming down. Last turn. Can he make the turn in? We need... This is also stupid. It's like, yes, he's on a qualifying lap. We need to refuel. Well, yeah, boss. Like... Zhou goes 8th. Get in, son. All right, let's ride on board with good old Valtteri Bottas. Actually, let's do this. I do like the camera switch angles. Okay, Bottas is... Ooh, I don't know. Is he going to make it? Let's speed it up. Is Zhou safe, you think? 8th? Depends on how much the... Let's take a look at the track. Is it gripping up? Still very low. Track grip is high. Condition is very low. So, high grip. Oh, Bottas has got to speed it up. Oh, I don't know if he's going to make it. 45 seconds. As 100% Fed, I say no to that pronunciation. I am dead to pick. He's renounced his moderator citizenship on the Discord. I should probably make you guys moderators here, too. Details. Things. Minor seizures than tire warming. Yeah, fair point. That looked a little scraggly. He is the last one over the line, though. He's getting no toe. He's got a clear track, so he can't complain either way. Clear track. That looks really slow from this camera angle, but he's put in a green. I mean, it looks like, unless there's a rapid acceleration from the bottom 5 here, that he's going to be safe, but maybe I shouldn't have sent him out. That's actually probably the lesson here. I should not have sent him out. I should have left him in to save the tires. Oh, well, it's good practice. Green first sector. I guess I could I abort the lap? We could abort the lap. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Should I do 4? Should I just pull him in? Tires at 90%. We could pull him in and do a safe run on those tires, right? There's no need to use the engine. I think I'm gonna call him in. Am I crazy? I'm gonna wait until this has time to get to you and you have time to type, and then it comes back to me across this amazing internet that we have. I'm thinking I shouldn't have sent him out. Abort the lap. Doing it. We wanted him out there in case it got a little hectic out there, but bring him in. We're safe. Saves the engine. All right, here we go. Wow, so we get some sort of a payment for reaching Q2. I should have guaranteed it. Look at that, 7th and 10th. Go on then. Go on then. Let's start with these. We'll do a safe lap at the very beginning. A banker lap is what we'll call it. Okay. But then Joe's only got one set, so we're going to put his banker lap tires on as well. Is that the same? This is 1% better. Good job, son. Now, of course, this is going to change the strategy a little bit on the race because we'll have 2 sets. No, that went back already. We'll have 1 set of softs unless we somehow make it to Q3. Which is, you know, I guess that's the pros and cons of making it further in qualifying. I'm not used to it. Williams is not happening, so I'm a little like, I don't know what's happening right now.
Radio check.
Ready to go, check. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and send them out. Get our banker laps in, maybe a little bit closer together. There we go. Get a little bit more toe. That doesn't look like a whole lot, to be honest with you. Yes, yes, qualifying started. Yes, yes. Let's go ahead and get one in the bag. Be on the board. Bottas is faster than Hamilton. On used tire. And what? Faster than Verstappen. What is happening? Okay, wait a minute. Are we all on the same set of tires? Maybe that's what it is. Everyone used tires. Okay. I was like, I don't understand what just happened there. Now we'll reconfigure, slap our new ones on, so we got them ready to rock. And then just wait until the end, I guess. Although I do think, is it better to send Joe out here or here? It's going to continue to get grippy. I think it's going to continue to get grippy. We'll send them out together. We'll do like 2:05 and 2. Because he had enough time to get around. And there's less cars, so less traffic. Joe is out right now. He's in 11th, but that's okay. He was on used tires. Now, looks like they were all on the same set of tires. No one else has adjusted their tires yet. Okay, fair play. 2:05 left, according to our official race engineer, Greg Bruce. About 2:07 and 2:02, Greg. That do you? I'll slow this down. Speed it up. Did I reconfig? 100%. 100%. We got fuel. Car parts are checkmark. And 7. Send out. And send out. I did it. I already did it. I did it. Didn't I? If I didn't, it's too late now. Yeah, I did it. We reconfigured. I always do it when they come in because I fear I will forget. All right, let's get them around. We're leading the pack out. I'm surprised. We're helping all them out. Are they gonna make it across? Wait, who's on a hot lap? Flying up. They're all on flying laps. They went early. That's interesting. All right, here we go. Valtteri Bottas. Sorry. We'll do it on 2x, because otherwise it's just going to be... Oh, that's a little aggressive on 2x, I think. All right, here he comes down the main street. He's currently in 4th. I just want to point that out. On a used set of tires, Valtteri Bottas is in 4th position. What? Science cannot go again. Or I guess that they were all in flying laps. How's this first sector? Oh, it's a yellow. It's a yellow. Green for Joe. He has improved, but by how much we don't know. He needs to improve by 0.2. Joe needs to improve by 2.5. Okay, agree. Maybe Valtteri is saving his tires for the second and third sectors. Again, very minor toe, maybe coming out punching the hole by Joe, but he's doing greens. He needs to beat. What's he need to beat? He needs to beat a 132.428. This is ridiculous. I don't think he's gonna. Oh, he does! Bottas. Oh. Oh, did it call him in? Did I hit the wrong button? What happened? He improved. Did I hit the wrong button? I may have hit the wrong button. It doesn't matter, we're in Q3, but I may have hit the wrong button there. Did I call him in? Was he on a stonking good lap and I called him in? We're still 0.7 off. That's a lot. But 5th, not bad. Ahead of Hamilton by a fuzz. And Joe makes it out. Oh, we get an extra set? Go on then. Now, is it better? I'm going to use the scrubbed, I think. Those are 76, 86, 88. We'll use the... I'm going to leave the 88s for the race. We'll use the 86s here. We'll get our lap in. Yeah, the tire situation is not lovely. Okay, let's look at the time here.
Radio check.
There's only 12 minutes. So we're gonna go. There's gonna be lots of people on track doing the same thing. I'm gonna send them out much closer together. Maybe get more of a tow. Just trying to get a banker lap in. That's closer. So maybe Bottas is gonna get some love here from Joe. We got enough time to come back in and swap the tires in. Reconfigure. Soft. Confirm. Reconfigure. Soft. Confirm. Just check. 100%, 100%. Now it comes down to, when do we send them out? Just make a single run with you. Say, oh, come on. Maybe with Joe. That might be smart with Joe, but we're here to have some fun. Oh, look at the traffic here. Track high. It's going to get very, very dry. In 11 minutes. Okay. Interesting. We'll wait until 2:07 and 2:02 again. This is going to be the last thing we do. We're not going to get to the race today, obviously. This is what takes so long. Which is why I wish the simulation version was better, but it's like, just like anything else, simulating's not nearly as good if you're not in control of it. Ooh, people hanging out. That's interesting. Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, Leclerc, Alonso. Oh, those are like the people you expect to be leading are going early. Here we go. Let's go do our warm-up laps. We're in a nice space. There's not people around us. We're gonna have free reign of the track. Again, that's probably not enough to get a toe, but can we shave? What is that? A 10th on Bottas's time, or on Joe? That would put Joe up into 8th. He's got a yellow first sector, not the best start. Can Valtteri get onto this better spot in the third row? Joe just needs a 10th. He just needs a 10th, but he had a slower first sector. He does. He improves. He takes 8th. Lovely. Lovely. It's all good, Greg. It's all good. And Valtteri takes 5th. Now, is it worth the cost in tires? I think so. I think so. 5th and 8th. We should have, like, guaranteed getting out of Q2. Wow. We're ahead of them. Both Mercs. Alpine? Hello.
Race day has arrived and the time has come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel.
Wheel to wheel.
Alfa Romeo managed to meet expectations during qualifying, and if they can keep this up, they'll have a good race ahead of them.
He just sounds so disinterested.
Had a good performance in qualifying. Now they'll be eager to demonstrate that they can have an even better race. And the weather is sunny here today, apart from a few clouds. Let's hope they remain scattered on the horizon.
And there's going to be a lot for the teams to handle. So will the drivers and their cars be able to cope with the pressure? Let's find out right here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
I just think that's funny. It just, for people who make a living speaking, they just sound so disinterested. Like, all right. So we're not, you can set up different strategies. It tells you what it thinks this, like if we did soft, medium, soft, it thinks we'd be on a 132.41 estimated. Like if I come up here, you see the top right of your screen, 132.41 versus a 131.17 by going soft, hard, soft. But again, we don't have fresh soft. So is that really? Or 131.09 if we do soft, hard, medium. But you could also do, like, you can edit this, which is kind of cool. You can come here and say, look, what if we did? We get 2 sets of mediums, right? That automatically saves us 3 seconds of what they recommended, which I don't really understand. So, like, if we, let's say we bring these in earlier, that's saying it's slower by going aggressive. Greg. Thankfully the game sounds aren't coming through. Okay, good to know, because I've got it turned down. Do you ever, like, playing with Williams, I feel like I have to drive with aggressive or, like, attack. So, like, aggressive and attack to actually keep up with cars in front of me. So do you just play on, like, this and that's actually accurate, right? Like, okay, we could extend. Every time you extend, you're saving a little bit of time. So what if we extend like that and then we go, no? What about this? That's about the same. So you can adjust the strategies. So again, we're not gonna race today because I'm about to go watch the old race, if you will. So let me boop, get rid of that. Make sure I save this. Kill that off so the sound stops playing in my ears. I guess I could just do this. But that's where I have been, folks. That's that was fun. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Hanging out. Again, not worried about, oh, do we get big numbers? Do we get 10 people watching? Like, whatever, right? And I'm sure someone's gonna, I might have to split the stream up to, like, ramble chat in, like, F1 game, because if that's something that people are searching for, they're gonna land on me and they don't know me talking about my trip out west. So I might have to split it once it processes. I didn't record it. unfortunate, unforced error, but I meant to record it, but I didn't. I think I could download a version of it though from YouTube, something like that. But that's where we're at. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go refill my water and go get comfortable to watch the Mexican Grand Prix. I'm glad to be back. Missed hanging out with you folks. Just really enjoyed it. So thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what your thoughts are on FM23 content. Like, does it make sense just to record a whole series, like when I can, and then just drop it in there? Or to do it more like maybe season by season? I'm not sure. But we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.